Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially less than 24 hours away from the Remix Finale live event, aka the conclusion of the Chapter 5 storyline that'll go on to explain the true purpose of Pandora's box and Hope's connection to it, as well as be the thing responsible for bringing us into an entirely new reality for Fortnite Chapter 6. Speaking of Chapter 6, it's already looking to be one of the craziest chapters ever, featuring a collaboration with none other than Godzilla, tons of new weapons and mythics, most importantly, probably the best battle pass we've gotten in years. By the end of this video, you'll have seen literally every single tier. But first, I'm literally one subscriber off of my 2024 goal of 4.56 million subscribers. So if you hit that subscribe button right now, you'd literally make my entire year. And if you also decide to hit the thumbs up button on this video, exactly 111 days when you log on to Fortnite, this will be waiting for you. Choice is all yours, so choose carefully. And if you want to go the extra mile to support the channel, just head on over to the item shop and input my code HOMAGAMESYT. Ladies and gentlemen, we wasted too much time. We got a ton of awesome stuff to cover right here in this video, including revealing everything you could ever want to know about Fortnite Chapter 6. Let's get into it. Super quickly before we start showcasing all of the battle pass tiers, first things first, it wouldn't be a new chapter in Fortnite without a brand new island, right? After all, that is literally the staple meaning of a new chapter, and this time will be no different. How we'll arrive on the new chapter island seems to be a pretty big mystery at the moment, because normally we receive a bunch of story quests leading up to the events that always helps explain the loopers' plan to defeat whatever evil entity is trying to destroy them at the moment. This time around, the only quest or explanation we got is from this mysterious audio logs left behind by Hope for her sister Valeria, who, don't forget, was the one responsible for dooming the island in the first place by uncovering Pandora's box, and ended up leaving the island after, assumingly because she didn't want to deal with its consequences. In one of Hope's voicemails, she goes on to reveal that she has plans on leaving the Chapter 5 island behind.
I don't know where I'm going or when we'll see each other again.
While the details of Hope's plan to leave the island still remain a mystery, we do know one thing, that the entire purpose of Pandora's box was to bring us to Chapter 6 all along, which is likely why the gods who inhabited the island before us buried it to suppress its powers. Before Valeria ever left the island, she was able to figure out that the box was connected to the 0 point, which was revealed in her Burning Ambition loading screen. Speaking of the 0 point, it is still most likely true that the glow emitting from Juice WRLD's hands actually belongs to it, which is further confirmed by all the 0 point rift butterflies flying around his landmark. Since the butterflies have the ability to connect us to different realities, during the live event, these butterflies will teleport us to something known as a dreamscape for Juice WRLD's performance. And even though the word dreamscape implies that it'll only take place in a dream reality that doesn't exist, will be a real reality, actually being the same reality all of Chapter 6 will take place in. Now, it's no secret that the new reality is going to be made up of tons of different biomes. Basically, like every single other island we've ever been on, the biggest one will actually be a larger version of exactly what we're able to see at the World Landmark. However, obviously, the massive Juice WRLD probably won't be there, but all of the purple grass and pink trees will be. But during the live event, Juice WRLD will be there, as well as tons of other brand new Juice WRLD assets that have already leaked, and you're able to see our first actual inside look to the live event on your screen right now. This area is known as the Mystical Forest. Personally, it reminds me a lot of the bloomed reality tree location from Chapter 3. Located here, you'll actually be able to find one of the new Chapter 6 Battle Pass skins that I'll reveal in a second. But first, also present on the Chapter 6 island will be two absolutely massive brand new cities. One of these cities is actually entire based off of the real city in California known as San Francisco. And obviously this isn't going to be a full recreation of the entire city, but instead a version of it recreated for Fortnite in the style of Fortnite. The whole reason Epic Games decided to add this actually has to do with a brand new collaboration with none other than Godzilla himself. At this location, you'll actually be able to fight against the Godzilla boss, which makes perfect sense because in the iconic film Godzilla 2014, Godzilla actually went on to destroy the entire city of San Francisco, even including the iconic Golden Gate Bridge, which will also be included on the Chapter 6 island since we were able to see it in the background of the key art. Godzilla is a secret skin for the first season of Chapter 6, which we'll reveal in a second. The second massive city that'll be present on the new island is actually very, very similar to the massive city we saw added in Chapter 4 Season 2. That's right, obviously I'm talking about Mega, which don't forget was rifted into Chapter 4 from a mysterious reality. Turns out the reality it came from was actually the Chapter 6 reality. This explains why Hope spray painted this picture of a mysterious character shown to her in visions from the box's orbs. At the time, we had no clue who this dude was supposed to be, but we finally figured out. Turns out this was actually a Chapter 2 skin that goes by the name Fade. Apparently he comes from the Chapter 6 reality. The skin description literally says far from home, the journey must continue. But wait, it gets even crazier because his glider is actually made up out of a rift butterfly, which don't forget is going to be the thing responsible for taking us to the new reality. The description of that says follow the butterfly, once again confirming the super old Chapter 2 skin to be from the new reality. On top of that, I'm sure I'll remember the Fox Clan faction faction. It was made up of members like Drift, V, and Catalyst. And the Fox Clan were actually one of the 5 syndicates of the city Mega, meaning they also originated from the Chapter 6 reality. Wait, it gets even crazier, because years and years ago when the Fox Clan was first introduced, Epic Games actually put out a bunch of teaser tweets about them, saying some crazy stuff, like something bad is tracking us down, and whoever gave you that mask made you a target. But we never actually got any sort of explanation as to who or what was stalking them. Turns out these tweets were actually referencing the new Chapter 6 villain known as Ani, aka the evil Japanese demon, because each one of the Fox Clan members wear a special mask, known as a Kitsune mask. Kitsune translates from Japanese to mean supernatural fox creature. And in Japanese mythology, the Kitsunes and Ani are known to be mortal enemies, obviously implying that the evil entity tracking the Fox Clan was Ani himself. Furthermore, you remember that tweet that said whoever gave you that mask made you a target? Well, that makes a ton of sense. The brand new Mythic mask items that'll function similar to the medallions in the new season, but Ani won't be located at the new version of Mega City. Instead, located at that city, you'll be able to find the brand new Dur Sushi restaurant, which appears to be a version of the Dur Burger that's expanded into the sushi industry. Ani himself will be located at a different point of interest known as Ani's Temple. Here, you'll get to defeat the Ani boss as well as his massive guards. He'll be present in the new season's Battle Pass, which it's finally time to cover. Our very first character is actually the main male protagonist of the chapter. For the first time in literally all of Fortnite history, this character is not Agent Jones, which I'm kind of torn up about, man. Agent Jones has been a staple in Fortnite for the last 7 years, so seeing him phased out of the storyline makes me kind of emotional. Thankfully, this dude is pretty cool. He goes by the name Shogun, which translates directly from Japanese to mean chief commander, because he'll be the leader of the brand new faction. Similar to the Underground, like we had in Chapter 5, you're able to see their new logo on your screen right now. However, the name of them still remains a mystery. Taking a look at his Battle Pass page, the first reward is just a simple loading screen. After that, we have his pickaxe, known as the Masamune Blades, which should sound very familiar, as these will actually be present on the island as a brand new melee weapon, likely functioning very similar to the kinetic blades that come from the same reality. Most importantly, we have Shogun's back bling. It's actually the first pet back bling we've seen added into the game in years, and it's a super cute little dragon that rides around on your shoulder. Shogun will actually be a boss located at the new location called Tanuki Twinkle, which is going to be one of the most beautiful locations on the Chapter 6 island, featuring a permanent sunset. And once you defeat Shogun, you'll get to pick up his brand new mythic weapon known as the Masamune Blade. Our next Battle Pass skin is actually the main female protagonist that'll lead us through the chapter, obviously being Hope herself, who wasn't just the one responsible for leading us throughout all of Chapter 5, was also the main person connected to Pandora's box by fate, was seemingly the main reason the box showed up in the first place. On your screen right now, you're able to see exactly what her skin looks like. Personally, I don't think it's anything too crazy, and I think Epic Games was a little too safe here, but it does have some crazy details. For example, you remember during the Doom Mini live event when her arm took a ton of damage? Now her arm appears to have a bandage in the exact same spot. Right above it, you're able to see the brand new faction logo as well. Anyways, on her Battle Pass page at Tier 1, you'll once again get another loading screen. Basically seems to depict her internal battle with the good and evil in Pandora's box. Thankfully, her pickaxe is actually pretty sweet, being these little throwing star things fitting the Japanese theme perfectly, as well as her Japanese themed umbrella glider, and lastly, her cat skull banner. Now, I definitely wouldn't expect to see the new Hope skin as a boss on the island. Every other time she's been on the island, she's always been an NPC. It only makes sense that she'd be an NPC once again. You probably guessed it because I talked about it earlier in the video, but our next Battle Pass skin is none other than Godzilla. We originally thought wasn't going to show up until the end of the season in one of those mini live events. Instead, it'll be a massive boss present on the island that you'll be able to defeat at one of the brand new city locations. Downside is, since he's technically the Season 1 secret skin, we will need to wait until about halfway through the season to unlock him. Weirdly enough, this is probably one of the only collab skins we've ever gotten that doesn't correlate with the release of a new movie or video game, even though technically a new Godzilla movie did release a few months ago. Still wouldn't say that count. A lot of people didn't actually think we'd get a Godzilla skin, since after all he's a giant monster. Doesn't really fit the shape or size of a Fortnite character, but Epic Games figured it out. You're able to see your very first look at his skin on your screen right now. However, keep in mind this is just one of his skin styles known as Godzilla Evolved. Godzilla Evolved is the transformed version of Godzilla that he uses whenever he has to face an ancient enemy, which in this case is the demon Ani. Anyways, the first reward on his Battle Pass page is a loading screen, seemingly depicting Godzilla arriving in our reality. After that, we have his harvesting tool, made up out of the same spikes you're able to find on his back and tail, with pretty much that same design carrying over to his glider. As you can see, Chapter 6 is already pretty much guaranteed to be one of the best chapters in Fortnite history, and it looks awesome with all of the brand new incredibly detailed point of interest, new mythic weapons like the Masamune Blades, most importantly the Season 1 Battle Pass that is literally chock full of both brand new characters we've never seen before, and even storyline characters like Hope. If you decide to pick it up, make sure you head on over to the item shop and use my code HOMELYGAMESYT. More and more leaks are coming out about Chapter 6 every single second. I'll make sure to keep all of you guys up to date by tweeting everything out over my official Twitter account, @HomeAtGamesYT. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have an absolutely incredible rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next video.